sky. We are continuing on with our normal mode save. Bear with me one moment. Just got to get the stream up and going correctly. Open up my chat windows and get everything good to go. Alright, we are on live chat. The YouTubes are a-running. And we are currently on our freighter. And we are continuing on with the Artemis quest line. We are currently on 1616. Ooh, gonna have to change the audio on that just ever so slightly. There we go. That's gooder. We are on 1616, which means we need to check our quest log. Master the portal network. We need to warn the other travelers. We need to use a hollow terminus to alert other travelers to the fate of the Atlas. So, that means we need to actually check where to go. Alright, let me put that on our current mission. And we need to head down this way to that hollow terminus there. I would imagine there's one closer, but they like to make us jump around a bit. I'm currently a little bit out of my normal range. Galactically speaking, I really don't know where I am. But that's okay, because that's just sort of part of the game. We're going to go ahead and make this jump. While we're doing that, I'm checking a few things out here. This is stream number 6. So while I got this, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the title and save that. Alright. So we have our correct titles working and everything else like that. Apparently I've already been here. I don't really remember being here. This is a paradise planet with ancient bones, starball, copper, paraffinium, and sodium. Must have been the hollow terminus that we were using to talk to Null and Artemis before, and Apollo. Let's go ahead and zip on down here. Cruise right around the edge here. Pass through the hollow terminus. Just scanning our surroundings a little bit. We have a creature we've never scanned before. Now I see why. We all know how good I am at scanning the flying creatures. That one just does not want to be scanned by me. Honestly, I do not remember being at this location. There's some damaged machinery. We're going to go ahead and... We have the cobalt, so we can go ahead and fix that one. Got some Starship launch fuel. Now see, the ground is even taking this station back, and this is something that was not built by a player. This is an actual game construction being reclaimed by the world. Alright, well, since we haven't been here, No, we've never been to this location. I also just realized I am still in first-person mode, which is not my preferred viewpoint. Got a whole bunch of things I've never scanned. Grab these little boxes real quick. Well, apparently I have scanned a few things here before. But honestly, I do not remember this planet. Maybe we'll have a little better luck scanning these flying creatures from up here, but I highly doubt it. See, just had to say something so it would prove me wrong. Got a little quest completed on that. Return to the mission agent. Warning, network failure. 16, warning, network failure. Terminal is a stream of warnings and errors, each warning of total failure. But I must do what I can. I must tell the others what I have learned. We will attempt to broadcast. I warn the travelers of what I have learned. These worlds are not real. The Atlas is not a god. It is a machine simulating countless realities for some unknown purpose. And after millennia of operation, the Atlas is coming to an end. There are 16 minutes until the system fails. Though we cannot know how much time we have left within the simulation, the time has come to make peace and say goodbye. I finish my message, not knowing if anyone will hear it. I look out across this world, wondering how much might be left to discover, how much beauty might be lost. I know what I must do. All paths have led me there. Each portal has brought me closer and closer. I must go to the center of this galaxy. It is the epicenter of the glitch. I will say goodbye to my friends if I can, and then I will confront our creator. I will find out what happens next. Broadcasting network compromised. No response detected. Progress towards the galactic center is the current quest. There are no incoming calls. We will access the logs. Don't understand that at all. And of course this won't function without the holoterminus being activated. So it basically wants us to now go to the galactic center. Unidentified plant, unacceptable. We will have to identify that one. This is a very peaceful appearing planet. Not really much in the way of life forms around. There is an artifact right over there and another one in the not too distant distance. So I think we will go ahead and grab those real quick. Learn some words. Knowledge stones are wonderful things, and as I say, knowledge is power. Okay, so let's identify as many different things here as we can. We'll just do these scanabouts. Pretty much just doing some very, very chill progression on the stream right now. Not really trying to get into anything too hard. What is this number 1? That is an armored clam, so that's in the water. At some point in time, I would actually like to start doing some underwater stuff. I'd like to do some underwater builds. and potentially go around and do some underwater exploration other than the little stuff I've done so far, like, you know, coming down here into the water and scanning is all great and everything, but I'd like to get into some of the deep sections, find out what they put down there. Ooh, this guy's coming right for us. Okay. See if there's any other life forms down here. Well, we got our regular squiddies. One thing I have learned about the squids in particular. Oh, we got some swimming cows again. They are high in calcium. That one is just quick. Lost my train of thought. Had a little derail there. My apologies. But as I was saying, I would like to get into doing some of the deeper exploration. I know that there are some mega creatures that they did put in the game, but I have never seen anything. Oh, I was saying that the squids in particular, if you ever need to get with the kill creature quests, they're actually pretty decent for that, where you can find pretty decent numbers of them in small ponds, and they're not that hard to kill if you are so inclined. Well, let's go ahead and jump on into Kicking Bird here. I was hoping that by now I would have progressed to a point where I had gotten the remembrance, because I do know that it is part of this quest line. But see, we don't even have... Okay, path toward the galactic core and the final Atlas interface. So the space anomaly, we need to get to robust. And to do that, we need to do 20. And we're at 6.9 souls. So that is not our best option for a quest. Let's see what we have to do. We have kill predatory creatures, destroy advanced sentinels, destroy sentinels, destroy sentinels, and we have some snapshots. So let's see, we need a tropical world. Does a paradise planet qualify? I don't know. Oh, I believe this is a downed freighter. Yes, it is. But you know what they have is a landing pad. So let's go ahead and see if this will count as a tropical. Look, a nice picture of Kicking Bird. Well, it did not work like that. Let me try the proper way. So this might blue screen, and if it does, I do apologize. I really do wish I could figure out a good way to do this. See, that works. Okay, so we are back. Apologies for the blue screen. It is quite frustrating having to do that, but it is unfortunately a necessary evil. Okay, so apparently the space anomaly has come into the system because I put it on the quest. 'Twas not my intention. Now, at the end of the last episode, I went in, I spent a little bit of time on the freighter. I got all of my Atlas seeds in line. I cleaned up my inventory quite a bit. I have 9 slots available on the fighter, but I also have 30 some odd slots available here. We're just shy of 30 at the moment. I do need to get rid of just a few things. So I believe while we are here in the station, I will sell some unnecessary items and clean out the inventory a little bit more. We will, of course, get rid of this quest, turn it in, see if he has anything else interesting for us. That will give us a fusion core. That is straight up going to be sold. And then we scan 7 creatures. That'll give us some more nanites. Gonna have to figure out what we're doing with our ships. Gonna have to start doing the build out. Let's go ahead and browse some missions. Oh, we have a Predator's quest. Let's grab that one. Saw scan plants one. We will grab that as well. And I believe that's going to be it for this particular quest giver. Let's go ahead and log on to the Galactic Trade Terminal. And we have to figure out what to sell and what not to. We're going to get rid of some tetracobalts. I know it's some pretty useful stuff. Starship launch fuel we are not going to haul around. I think we can get rid of the 1-dihydrogen. Definitely get rid of the fusion cores. The activated copper is going to go. Carbon crystal also going to go. Copper, cobalt, ammonia. These are all things we have in our high capacity cargo. I believe I got it all. Let's double check. We have a little bit of sodium left over. And we are not going to put that in the high capacity cargo. We're going to leave that slot open. Try and leave the one slot open whenever I can. So let's check our log. We've got to do predatory creatures. And we also have to do sentinels, which is probably going to be triggered by firing upon those predatory creatures. So I believe we will go to the Salt Lick Hunting Preserve. Now this base I kept specifically for the purpose of hunting predatory creatures. Sorry, had to mute you guys for a second. Now, when I went there originally, I found some predators attacking me quite regularly, so I made a base. Decent number of life forms, tend to be pretty close at hand, so when you have those quests to do 30 or so kill creatures, you can go there and kill them, and while you're at it, you can of course tag a bunch of the predators, which count for both. I've never had any problem finding at least 2 predators in under, say, 5 minutes. Just climb up the side walls of the valley that I'm in, and they come at you. They're also not that hard to kill. So all in all, it's a pretty convenient base to have. The only downside is this lush planet is attempting to reclaim what belongs to it. So we do have sentinels nearby, but we know that. So let's go ahead and check our weapons. Let's reload the bolt caster. Reload the pulse spitter while we're at it. And we will start on the bolt caster. We have a flyover bird. We have already scanned that. Excellent. So basically, if you need to find some predators here, you can go up any of these hills, and they will come and find you. Now I'm trying to figure out which direction I want to go. I normally go up the hill over here. So I think today we will travel up this way. This is also the location that I got to kill my first walker. I had a sentinel engagement that started where I was just attacking the little guys, and then the dogs showed up, and I didn't have any problem getting rid of the dog. And then the first walker came after me, and I decided, you know, instead of trying to run away from it like I normally do, I would fight it. And it took me well, it actually took me a couple minutes to make the kill, but I survived. I killed the walker. Oh, look at all these guys. So this is what I was talking about, where there are plenty of critters around. And like I said, these predators come up and try and get you. Not a bad haul. Hey, we still have a few left over. They tend to move in pairs, and they do get a little upset when you kill their spawn. Which is convenient, because then you just get more of them to come after you. I should probably actually make some ammunition. Especially since I'm going to be focusing on kill quests. That Mordite sure does build up quickly. And once we start killing the sentinels, that Bugnium is going to build up quickly too. Now when I first landed on this planet, it was not nearly as lush as it is now. This grass has really come in. And in talking to some of my friends, Sword in particular, we were stating that we've started to notice little things about the game where there are either little glitches appearing or little changes. The ground reclaiming a lot of things, the planetary lushness changing, some colors changing, just little things, you know, little glitches in the autonomous miners, and you know that it might be a sign that they have been possibly working on the servers. And if they're working on the servers, maybe they're doing it because it's soon to be update time. We're just making some speculation, obviously. We don't know. Neither one of us works for Hello Games or has anything to do with the development of No Man's Sky. Ooh, he got a little flippy. Another one down. Yes, Mr. Sentinel, I did in fact kill that creature. And I did in fact shoot you. Nope, I don't think I'm gonna get that. Let's see how far down the hill it went. And there it goes. Oh, came to rest. Well, hello, Mr. Sentinels. How are you all today? Are you used to me kind of running away a little bit and not engaging right away? That is not the case today. Today, I'm going to just kill you. Now, I do believe I will find a slightly better location for this next part of the engagement. I believe this will do. I wanted to have a rock nearby so that I could do this and not have to worry about the dog until I was ready for it. Actually, I believe I will start with the bolt caster. Now, one of the other changes I've seen is that the dogs have not been recharging their shields nearly as fast as they normally do. Okay, so we will go ahead. That's fine, we'll take a walker. I should probably change it to the personal force field like I want. You know, I actually take more damage from the little guys than I do from the big ones. I actually want to change back to the bolt caster for this part. This was a very, very valuable lesson, though, learning about the personal shield. Can't believe I didn't know about that before. And I don't even remember what led to me figuring this trick out. Oop. Oops, still hit me. A little too low, so I may actually have to get on the other side of this guy. Because when you are low, he can still hit you. Look at that, I have a friggin' predator coming after me in the middle of a walker engagement. Might be a little too close. Oh, let off a little too early on that one. Thought I was going gray there, and it's actually just the storm. Now believe me, I've heard plenty of people tell me the better ways to do this, that using the grenade launcher is much more effective, and I understand. But I've become comfortable with my method of fighting here. I'm happy with it, and I'm going to stick with it. It works for me. It's really all that matters. It actually almost makes these engagements boring. Almost. There we go, got another one. Let's go ahead and pick up all of these containers. If I can find them. Oh my. Oop. Forgot about the level of severity I was about to get into. That walker brain is going all the way down here. But that's fine, because you know what I'm about to do. Come all the way down into the water. Look at that, they're all searching. Now one of the other goofy things that I did figure out is I could actually engage from here, and I don't believe they can do anything about it. Other than move. Of course, while I do that, they are actively seeing me, so I should probably stop so that they stop searching for me. While I'm down here, I'm going to go ahead and recharge all of my hazard protections, because a few of them have gotten a little low, and that just will not do. Recharge the life support. Might as well plug a few critters while I'm at it. Hello, how are you doing, Art? Good to see ya. Looks like my notifications are actually working tonight. I did see that people had popped in. Just killing away at some critters. Driving these poor, I'm doing good. I am doing good. I'm just driving these sentinels nuts because I keep killing critters from underwater and they can't really do anything about it. I had to say something, didn't I? Oh, the dog actually came underwater. I've never seen that happen before. That is different. Different is not necessarily bad. But for some odd reason I was back on combat scope. Oh, now they can get to me. And of course this underwater stuff is all getting in my way. Ah, not doing too good on this engagement, I have to say. Go ahead and take him out. There we go. Alright, I'm going to stop messing around with these. And I believe I will do the smart thing. And go back to the base. Should have killed enough of these sentinels for my quests. Ooh, bumped into one of those squids. They hurt a little bit. Ooh, I had a predator. There he is. That was the whole point of coming here, was to kill critters. And in doing so, kill some sentinels. Well, I've definitely not made anybody happy in this one. Including the plant life. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and, well, can't fit in there. The nose of my fighter sticks in just a little too far. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to let these sentinels simmer down for a second while I'm at it. Take a look over at the chat screen. Get a little bit of coffee. My sleep schedule is all sorts of backwards compared to normal people. I woke up at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Got a little bit of gameplay in earlier. Did a real quick stream. Did about an hour and a half. It should. It would be nice if it made some sloppy joes for us. That would be wonderful. I would just really like it if something in this game made coffee. Yeah, that's right. I just triggered the sentinels again because... oh, all the predators coming out to play. That's what I love about this particular planet. The sentinel presence isn't too bad. They're only as bad as they are right now because I triggered them. But the there are always predators nearby if you want to find them. If you want to avoid them, it's actually not that hard. But as soon as you go out looking for them, they are always nearby. They particularly come out at night, which is nice. But I had a few quests to kill sentinels and critters. Had to let those guys actually see me before going in the building. I do need to check on the status of my quests. Okay, so... scan unique plants. That is not going to happen on this planet. I have pretty much scanned most everything up. Destroy advanced sentinels. How many advanced sentinels do I have to kill? Engage sentinel drones in ground combat. Continue fighting drones and advanced sentinel forces will be summoned. I guess I just need to have the quest actually highlighted. Let's see if I can get this one taken care of. I mean, heck, I just killed a dog and 2 walkers. Oh, I'm going to need to make some more ammunition before this is done. Let's get that taken care of right now. Should have some reinforcements arriving. Okay. Where's the dog? No dog with this one? I guess the dog comes on the next wave. In the meantime, make some critter sloppy joes over here. Oh, he disappeared. It is. This is an absolutely gorgeous planet that has gotten lusher and lusher as the days have gone by. It actually, when I first got here, was not this lush, and was trying to figure out why that might be, that it's gotten prettier than it is, or than it was when I first got here. Okay, I don't see where this other sentinel is. Is it still in the water? Oh, there's the walker. Well, let's go ahead and give him a heads up. Hello. I think I'll get closer to him, because otherwise it'll take forever to do that engagement. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. That's definitely close enough to the walker. Let's get the pulse spitter reloaded. Wrong weapon. There we go. Yeah, the color of water is kind of like orange juice, or tang. But it got very, very grassy. The ground is trying to reclaim the base. So I may actually have to do something about that before I can't get out the door, or the teleporter goes underground. Okay. Well, that was kind of funny. Oh, we got glitching legs. And they're back. And they're gone. Okay. Little glitchy things. Little glitchy things. I was actually just talking about that, though, that we've been noticing additional glitches in the game, either with things like the legs there flying, or like the ground coming back at a much more rapid pace, and other things. And we're wondering whether or not it's because they might be prepping the servers for the updates, if the update is in fact on its way. You know how gamers are, we like to speculate on what's going on, even when we don't really know. I would like to think that we're going to get an update soon. Even though I've only been playing this game for a couple weeks, and talking to a lot of people that have been playing for a few years, I've listened to a lot of the things that they say, and I agree with a lot of the ideas with what they might want to see in the way of updates. Let's see what we have in the way of quests going on. These are all returned to the mission agent except for need an abandoned building. Yeah, this game is definitely excellent for speculation, for sure. Okay, what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to summon my Colossus. Not that I want to go anywhere in it, but I would like to use its scanner. Find that abandoned building. You know, I hear that a lot, that the things that everybody really, really wanted about this game, and most of the stuff that was even promised at the very beginning, has pretty much been added. The multiplayer, in my personal opinion, is a little lacking, but a four-person party is better than a no-person party. And even if they bump that up to say 12 people, that would be really cool. There's no real reason to have more people unless they add specific multiplayer content. I'd love to see if they did that. I would actually like to see a lot of expansion into shipbuilding, customization, freighter engagements. I would love to see freighter engagements where, say, you warp into a system in your freighter and there's another freighter waiting for you there, or you know, combat going on with pirates and you can use your freighter and your frigates to actually get involved. Sorry, that was very loud. Alright, we have the abandoned building here, and we are going to take a picture. Now, I apologize, this is gonna blue screen for a second. We'll be right back. There we go. I gotcha. There are a lot of people that don't do anything with the multiplayer. What I would like personally, since I'm pretty friendly with a few of the people that play within the UAS in particular, like Sword and Xaine and those guys, I would like to be able to actually go around and do streams with a couple other people. You know, where you get, say, 3 or 4 streamers that are actually playing together and doing something like that. But we also have like a lot of base building and the such. Yeah, what I was actually thinking, when I think of freighter engagements in particular, though, is I'm always thinking like the old naval battles of like broadside combat, where you have two ships just side by side, just trying to pummel each other out. I think that'd be really cool if you could do that freighter to freighter. Being able to launch fighters and the such would be really cool. Like you said, you know, manning a gun battery, that would be kind of cool if you could be sitting there, you know, on an actual gun battery, pegging away at a bunch of the pirates coming in. Some people were suggesting maybe defending space stations from pirate attacks. And coming from having played EVE Online, what I would actually really like is you have everything in EVE is player driven. So they had the one engagement where I believe it was the Empress was traveling across the known galaxy, and enough people in game came together to attack her ship that they actually killed her. So they changed the way that the actual game had to be played. You know, the developers didn't write that into the script. That was something that the players did. Yeah, being able to do upgrades on things like that. You know, being able to come in with a couple of your friends. Oh crap! I was already. Is that a manufacturing facility not paying attention, engaged in killing creatures? Let's go ahead and hit my save here and go blast my way into this building. Might as well. I've already upset the sentinels. And I could always use another manufacturing recipe. Alright, let's jump on in here, see what we gotta do. Alert, alert, power core isolated. Some word, artificial intelligence core endangered. Okay, the air is compromised. Atmospheric toxins have breached sensitive systems and brought production to its knees. Even the primary terminal is corroding at my fingertips. Okay, so power core is isolated. The core is endangered. Let's go ahead and seal off the AI. There we go. Oh, the mind control device. Temporary frigate upgrade. Oh, that's for trading. That's excellent. Excellent. That will come in useful. Anything that makes frigate engagement or frigate missions better, faster, cheaper is good in my book. Alright, now there was another building right around here too. I believe it was an observatory. Where was that? There's an artifact. Let's go grab that real quick. But yeah, I played a lot of Eve, and what I like to do in Eve, I've always played kind of a gatherer type of a character. So I would be the guy that goes out for the guild and gathers, you know, a bunch of different mine, you know, I would go mine for a bunch of different people. I'd like to see the asteroid fields be more engaging in this game so that it's not just, you know, 3 types of asteroids that you're constantly shooting that only give tritium and gold and silver. I'd like to have some that are targeted. You know, with the derelict space stations, I'd like to be able to go in them and have more things to do. I think there's a ton of things that they could do for updates and new content. Come at me, bro. Alright, where did that other building get off to? Oh, there's all sorts of life forms around here. There's another artifact over there, but there was actually a building nearby. Wherever did it go? Okay, I was up there. Came down there, and it should be over this way. Why do you feel a need for mammals? I think if they did rebuilding freighters, that would have to be something. Rebuilding freighters and space stations would definitely be cool in my book. It would have to be god-awful expensive, and I think that that's the type of thing that they could easily tie into multiplayer aspect. They'd have to make it capable that you could do it as just a single player, because there are a lot of people in this game that don't want to play with other people. So you'd have to make it possible that a single player could do it, but I think like with the really large stations, you could tie it in that groups of people had to come together for resources or one really, really dedicated individual. They just come flying up out of nowhere. Oh, there's a big creature over here that I have never scanned. Let's come creeping up on him. Let's scan him from a distance first. He does not look like a nice guy. Eats dihydrogen crystals though, so... Oh, whipvine. These things. Tail whippers. look at that thing. That is not the prettiest critter in the world. Kinda goofy looking if you ask me. I will get a screenshot of it without blue screening. Those screenshots do work, like the one I just took, but they do not count towards quests, which is quite frustrating. So what I end up with is 2 screenshots all the time. Yes, he does have hooves. Oh, there are a couple hairy monsters out there. I will agree that most of them tend to be reptilian in nature. But I've come across a couple that were very pretty mammalian. I had one that actually looked a lot like a predatory cat, like a big cat. One thing I do like is most of these ground creatures, if you pay attention, actually have 6 legs. Really? Now see, like these models, these are kind of goofy. It's basically just like a big frog type thing with bladder sacs on it and the like. But a lot of the herd animals will have 6 legs. A lot of them do have hooves, like you noticed. And then there's these ones over here that have like the vestigial wings. And then there were the other ones down there that have the light globes on their back. So I mean, there's all sorts of really cool things. Plus, you also got to remember that even if you try, there is no way that one person will ever even see 1/10 of 1% of all of the worlds in this game. The way that the numbers work is that with the current number of players, it would take, I think they came out to like 10 years of 8 hours of play per person just to get 1% of the game. That's what comes out with when you think of 16 quintillion worlds and 18 quintillion planets. That number is just amazingly staggering. The human mind just doesn't quite register it. It's that many dang zeros, which I think is kind of cool. Alright, this is actually a pretty nice bundle of star bramble. I don't need it though. I have star bramble farms. What I do need to do though is turn in some quests. There's an unknown building up there. Let's go ahead and find that building, because I never did find that other one. Ouch. Yeah, the vastness is something that is definitely a huge draw on this game. It was actually something that I really enjoyed about Eve, was that the size of that galaxy was pretty staggering in and of itself, but you could, in theory, you could go to every star system with enough time. Now, one player, it would be almost impossible to do, but it was a more manageable. I'm going the wrong direction here. Sitting here yapping and not paying attention where I'm going, but that's fine. With Eve, though, you know, you could cross over. Now, there were huge differences in security levels of systems. So some systems were very, very hard for the regular player to ever see because they had no security and you would basically just, you'd get killed. Or the criminal elements were um, much more powerful than the average player, which was kind of cool, but it um, restricted your common person from ever getting to certain areas. And we got lots of humming eggs here. I don't need albumin pearls. But, oh, that's unidentified. Let's fix that. I don't really like the idea of restricting gameplay from your common player. So if I want to go visit something, I want to be able to. Now, it might take me forever to get there with this game, but in theory, the conflict levels of systems don't prevent me from actually going anywhere. The only thing that prevents me from going anywhere is possibly distance or physically finding the site. That's the only thing, and that's really cool that, you know, we can all go wherever we want or wherever we may find our place. I'm pretty sure I am well over my limit for kills. Yep. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call in the kicking bird. I named the fighter, by the way. Or at least temporarily until somebody comes up with something better. It has a very bird-like appearance with that long beak. And it's also a reference to Dances with Wolves. One of my favorite Kevin Costner movies. Ironically enough, a lot of people don't like Kevin Costner. I do. I thought he was really good in The Postman. I thought that was a pretty good post-apocalyptic movie, even though it wasn't very post-apocalyptic. I will admit Waterworld was horrible. But the movie I just watched again the other day that was really good, surprisingly, was Field of Dreams. Did you? Nice. The Maureen, whatever her name is, can't remember her name. She grew up with my mother in the same neighborhood. She's a DC native, and my mother knew her, which was kind of cool. She's a little bit younger than my mom, but my mother was also a huge Battlestar Galactica fan back in the 70s when I was born. And when she became the president for the remake of Battlestar Galactica, my mom was really, really impressed with that. You love Waterworld. Bull Durham is probably the best Kevin Costner movie. There's so much about that movie that's actually just so funny. Trying to remember other really good Kevin Costner movies. Like I said, he's one of those actors you either love him or you hate him. He was excellent in JFK. That was the one that I was looking for. He was as the prosecutor. He was phenomenal in JFK. All right, so we have similar taste in movies. What did you think of Postman? Just gonna sit here and turn in quests. I'll admit there are parts of Waterworld that are decent. Um, But the general premise of the story was a little weak for me. Not Kevin Costner's fault. Dennis Hopper was great in that too. Which one did you only see once, JFK or Postman? Alright, so that takes care of those quests. Let's see. Testing their defenses. I don't know what that is for. Holographic residence. Scan 3 plants. Oh, I have a new Gek rank of Trade Lord. Cool, so I can stand to lose some Gek reputation. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to go to where the base archives are. So actually, let me go ahead and activate that quest. And we need to figure out where that quest is going to be. Oh, I don't see that on any of these. Okay, we can go back and talk to the farmer. Why are my quests not showing up? Yeah, if you only saw Postman once, I definitely recommend watching it again, because there are things about it you will have missed in the first one. Mr. Brooks. Is he the serial killer, or is he like an agent trying to catch one? I don't think I've seen that. Now, granted, I've been married for 20 some odd years. I have 6 kids that range in age from 23 to 4. So I don't get out to see a lot of movies, so I have to wait till they're on cable. If it's new, I would not have seen it. Check to see what missions we may have here. Nope, don't want to do any of those. Oh, he's the killer. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to look that one up. Alright, so we're going to have to find the base computer from space. 2007. Yeah, that's actually a pretty recent movie for me, though. I know that sounds horrible, but yeah, that's really how little I get to see movies. I mean, if it's something important to me, I'll make it a point. Oh, I came all the way back to the beginning area. Okay, so there's not going to be much in this system that I haven't scanned. Let's go around to the other planet on the backside. Trying to think of other Kevin Costner movies that I really liked. Alright, Nogton. That's a pillared planet, so we're not going to find too much in the way of life on that one. And then the moon. We have an unknown moon, unmapped. Perfect. We will use that to scan some things. that's holographic romance. Scan some unique plants. Think we can get 3. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. Now, one of my favorite movies of all time is actually Empire of the Sun, which has Christian Bale. When he was young, he plays a young British kid in Japanese-occupied China during World War II. That was really good. It's got John Malkovich in it. He's really good. He was Superman's dad, and I thought he did a pretty good job as the father. I actually thought Ben Affleck was not a bad Batman in Justice League and the Superman movie. Although apparently Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Superman, and Ben Affleck is no longer going to be Batman. I think that's actually probably... Oh, this looks kind of interesting. Look at these guys, they look like party favors. Let me go ahead and switch back to third-person view. See a little bit better. Let's take a look at the planet a little bit, see what we got going on. We have a building, kind. It's just a little minor settlement, no landing pad. Now what I tend to do on planets like this is I will point north. Just head in one direction. We got something up there. What's that? Let's head for that one. Christian Bale is an acquired taste. He has good movies and he has really bad movies. I didn't really like him as Batman, although I did love Heath Ledger as the Joker for The Dark Knight. I did really like Christian Bale in American Psycho. I thought he was excellent in that one. Yeah, Ben Stiller was Basie. Or, not Basie. Shoot, I can't remember his character name now. Hey! Found ourselves a monolith. Let's go ahead and stop here for a moment. Can't pass up a good monolith. But yeah, Empire of the Sun was just a really good movie. Michael Keaton was an excellent, excellent Batman for the Tim Burtons, but he was also really good Mr. Mom. There's a movie he was in that I haven't seen yet called The Birdman, where he plays a retired TV star that played a superhero, but he's supposed to have some kind of powers. I would like to see that. It looked kind of quirky. Okay, I'm trying to read the glyphs of the ancient monument when I feel a strange chill. Layer frozen gas suddenly coats the monolith from bottom to top. So cold that I can see my breath inside my helmet. There's one small gap in the crystal ice, and I feel convinced that I could feed some of my mind elements through it so they can come into contact with the monolith behind. Fuel something, something thaws, Vikine something. Okay, so it says mind elements, and don't really mind any of these. We will do the metallic. There is silence, my elements are not returned. So apparently that was wrong. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get our scans out of the way here. Another very interesting movie that is overlooked a lot is Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell and Maggie Gyllenhaal. I know Will Ferrell is also one of those actors that's pretty polarizing. People either love him or hate him. Um, I like him, but I can see how he would be annoying to other people. I didn't do it. Wasn't me, Mr. Sentinel. I swear. Luckily I can scan them after they're dead. It's pretty funny because he plays a character that is... his life is being narrated the whole time, and he's supposedly going to die. That the author of the book is writing him out of existence. It's pretty funny though. It was a strange movie, but it was pretty funny. And the quote that always sticks with me from that one is, "Little did he know." And oh, I'm drawing a blank on the actress's name that plays the author. Crud. Memory goes bad sometimes. But I do like Maggie Gyllenhaal, and she came up because she played Rachel Dawes in the Dark Knight movies, the Batman movies. Alright, I need to actually scan plants, don't I? Or did I finish that? Okay, return to mission agent. Base computer archives, reset the simulation, space anomaly. The Atlas path. Okay, so I can call the anomaly back now. Wasn't I going towards another building? I was. Attack of the squirrel brains. I got distracted again. It happens. Uh-oh, no launch fuel. Well, we have a starship launch fuel. Let's use that. Use some pyrite. Now we were headed north. Oh, there's all sorts of buildings over here. What have we got here? Come in for a landing. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. I'm gonna get up close to that. That looks so cool. See, stuff like this is what I think is really, really interesting about this game, that they went into so much detail and stuff like this. But from what I understand, I was actually watching another streamer play either yesterday or the day before, and he was playing a Pathfinder version of the game where he was using some mods to go back in time, basically. And the colors were so much more vibrant. The animals looked completely different. Of course, the flora and fauna were completely different. The minerals were different, like you still had iron in the game, where we don't have iron anymore. So the things that you needed were completely different than they are now. And I don't want to say it's oversimplified now, but the way that it seems is that over the last 2 years they have kind of simplified the game a little bit. And I don't know if that was for ease of everybody playing, or just ease of what the servers would handle and a bunch of different stuff like that, or whatever the reason being was. but the game did not really look, the game does not look as vibrant as it used to. Just in that short amount of time I was watching some older gameplay. But I know that they also added a bunch of other stuff into the game, particularly the with the Abyss update and everything else like that, by adding in all of the seas. I know that there's a lot more world complexity now than there was at the beginning. Alright, now I have this giant sprawling campus of a building, and I have to find the door. And anybody that has watched me for any length of time will know that doors are not my strong point. At least finding them. Alright, what do we got going on here? Scout Jeho, Pathetic Interloper, Blobbity-Blook, Korvax, Gek, Show Viking, Warrior Strength. Warriors old and of high rank, they take their time studying my body and my equipment and snarls with disapproval, grab my visor suddenly, watch me instinctively flinch and recoil, let me go and roll their eyes while I fall back in shock. The life form's disdain is palpable. I think of ways to turn this encounter around. I could do a little dance, threaten with multi-tool, bow, or leave. Let's give them a bow. Pushes me away. They have no time for my kind. Well, I guess he didn't like the respect I was trying to show him. Next time I'll just have to kick him in the jimmies. Okay, 5920-9205-2059. The next one should be 0592. I do like the pattern ones. They're easy enough for me to figure out. Alright, what have we located? Hey, there's a trading post right there. Signal detected. Is an ancient ruin off planet. I don't really think I need to go off planet for an ancient ruin. But this place is so big, I would like to see what's behind door number 2. Come back here and get some nanites. Looks like they've been taking apart some dogs back here. And of course the campus continues. This right here is the reason that I was doing the Artemis quests, because I went back into one of these rooms and it had a terminal that to use you needed remembrance. So I did a little bit of searching online and found that the remembrance is something that is towards the end of the Artemis quest. So I was doing those, and now it's telling me I have to go to the galactic core. I really don't want to switch galaxies, so I'm a little hesitant to complete that. I kind of like being in Euclid. Alright, that will take care of this. But there have been some interesting things in some of these back rooms, particularly in the space stations with the Atlas Pass version 3. You can get back there. But they all require that remembrance. And I don't have remembrance. See ya, buddy. Okay, so let's... I believe I have some navigation data on me. Let's go ahead and drop a signal boost. Not too far away, a little further than I would like to walk. And let's scan our surroundings a little bit. We do know that there was a What was that trying to scan? Oh, something right there. A little mineral. Let's let that scan. Extra 200 units. Okay, there's the monolith. Buried technology module. Don't need those anymore because I actually got all of the blueprints from the blueprint analyzer. Let's go ahead and save and chart. Nasty habit of forgetting to do that. Alrighty, I believe this was the... Nope, that is not the trading post. It is just a waypoint. But we do have a manufacturing facility here. Have some albumin pearls over there. In the humming eggs, we will scan a few of the underground minerals. Hoindite. And let's go ahead and go over here to this unknown sector on the Kiku Dale. Let's go ahead and recharge our heat protection real quick. And we're going to go to discoveries here. And we just found this one. And in honor of Anthead Art, we're going to rename this to Anthead Dale. There we go. And we will whoop, that's not what I wanted to do, but that'll work. Alright, so Art, if you come back, you might want to let me check to see what time that was. That was at 1 hour and 28 minutes. I don't think the dog likes me knocking on the door like this. Ouch. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go inside here. There we go. You can leave me alone now. Education blob, something Viking, something units, rum, education. We will, let's put in 100 units. Teach me some language of the warriors. Keyword for avoids, hail, and smile. Viking word for smile. Okay. I don't see anything else of real interest in here. Don't remember who gave me this quest. The client has developed a networking device that operates the same way like as the Sentinel. That was at a very specific location. We do need to find the base archives. Oh, I'll let you be. Go ahead and drop this down. Oh, we are out of nav data because I got rid of it all. Righto, so let's go ahead and take off. We will clear atmosphere. Now we could of course go turn in that quest real quick, but let's do the base computer archives. Let's see where we need to go. Current mission. Okay, there's the next Atlas station. That is good to know, but I don't want the Atlas station. I want current mission. And it is sending us way the heck over there. Current mission is 1.2 million light years away. Good googly muggly. That means that it is somewhere way the heck on the other side of the universe. So I guess we should do the Atlas station next. Let's go ahead and find another Atlas station here. Leave Art a note. Okay. Is it me, or does this look a little derelict? It looks a little derelict. But there are an awful lot of bubbles up. You know what those bubbles mean? More words. We like words. My keen word for insist, acceptable. Joyful. Not really something I would attribute to the Viking too often. Viking word for trade. I do wish that every one of the upturned ones would give us had to get the video back to live. Because for some odd reason it had paused. I do wish that every one of these bubbles that's up would give you a word, and that only the ones that have words would be up, so that you don't have to necessarily run around to every dang bubble. But I've had some of these where you go in and they'll give you 20 words, and then I've had others that give you like 3. I find that extremely frustrating at times. I do like it when they give you 20, don't get me wrong. I mean, this one's doing fairly well. Already gotten like 12 words so far. It's got mating, the Viking word for mating. Tribute. Brothers. Ooh, I'm actually doing really well on this one. This is giving me a lot of words. I do need to go to more monoliths so that I can learn the Atlas words, the Viking word for cub. Do they call their children cubs? They look more like parrotfish to me. Okay, the unity of Raleigh-Woo. See, don't understand any of those words. The final interface is revealed. The Atlas beckons. I am elated, terrified, broken. I have come so very far. It wishes for me to obey. If I am to hold the power of creation, it will be in chains. I'm gonna have to obey. I am gifted power. I am enslaved to the imitation of life. New product formula, Heart of the Sun. So I need 100 gold to unlock that one, or to build that one. Now, if I am quite so far away, bear with me, guys. I am going to reload my chat window. There we go. I had to get it back on live. It was hanging about 11 seconds behind. That was just not acceptable to me. So, I have an unknown planet here. It's a rotting planet, and it's not in the best of condition. But that's okay. So I believe I will go grab some gold and make that new Atlas seed. But at 1.2 million light years away, we are G Unit System Station Omega. I get the feeling somebody else named that is not procedurally generated. Gonna jump through the teleporter actually and head to I believe I'll go to I should be able to actually go to the mission agent here to turn that one in. Let's do that real quick. I was going to say I shouldn't need to go anywhere to turn that. See what missions they have for us. Okay. Kill 10 creatures. Take a photo of a land-dwelling creature. Now what rank do I need for this one? Doesn't really tell you. Need Templar of the Viking, so I'm of insufficient rank. Client is Covenant of Herc. But I believe we will teleport to Morn's Isle of Solitude. That should put us much closer to the base archives. Hopefully close enough that we can actually find it. One of the things I would like for them to do would be to make it so that you can find on the galaxy map all of your quests. Okay, this is taking quite a while. Quite a while. There we go. We have our snaggletooth duck-billed platypus. Yeah, those are kind of weird looking. This is Londinium. This is one of the capital planets of the UAS. It is in a very, very, very rare system. This planet is peaceful across the board and also peaceful across all platforms, from what I understand, which is not the easiest thing in the world to find. And we have some damaged machinery here. See, this is respawned. That's fine. Don't know why that one hasn't repopulated. Haven't been here in a while. Now, yeah, this planet is starting to get a little bit laggy. Just ever so slightly. We will leave the base alone. Now, I parked this base where I did because I have easy access to the sea. I believe that my base computer is actually close enough that I can start to build some ocean pieces here. Or at least that is the hope. Don't believe the water is deep enough for that just yet. But I would like to start building these out. Now I will need to get a lot of crystal sulfide apparently. Pure ferrite is one thing. Crystal sulfide is another. Yeah, this water is not deep at all. Does get deeper though, but really not all that much. Okay, so this is telling me that I'm away from my base. I could actually build another base computer over here. So I am not close enough to the base computer, but that's fine. Apparently I haven't scanned all the creatures or the plant life. I will save that for another time. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go jump in the ship, the Kicking Bird. Jump into Kicking Bird. Oh, we're about to have a visitor, I believe. Saw a little poof on the landing pad. Do we have a ship coming in or not? Did one just lift off that we missed? Or maybe it crashed. Don't think it crashed. Okay, that should be Sword's building. Yep, that's Sword's base. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in Kicking Bird. We will take off. Break atmosphere.
Station coordinates received.
Okay, so we have an Atlas station nearby here as well. We are 671,000 miles away from the galactic core. But I do need to change the quest. Let's put the... There we go. Now that I have the correct quest highlighted. See how far away from that one we are. 263 light years. That is much more feasible. Okay. We are back in UAS space. Ooh, pardon me. And right into a freighter engagement. Which is fine because you know what? This ship is overqualified for these. Just gonna have fun with this. After doing so many of these crazy engagements. Well, he's not gonna come out. As long as I don't hit any of the cargo pods, we should be fine. Alright, wave off, friendlies. Wave off, you don't want none of this. I guess I am kind of curious as to what kind of ship it is. Did it warp away? It did. Okay, so we get Polo and Nada are coming to talk. And I did tag that ship, so I'm not surprised it warped away. Hey! Priest Entity Nada. This is part of the Purge quest. Now the big question is, no, I did not get anywhere near enough gold. I need 100 gold. Oh, pink is not my color. Hey, Polo. Hey, Nada. Okay, he says they will carry on, my wayward son. Let's see what Polo has to say. Tremors echo through the multiverse, friend. Reality quakes have engulfed 80 dimensions since breakfast. You are lucky we found you. Let's tell him about the simulation. No, friend, do not talk about it. Ask why. Polo seems pained. We are anomalous. We have amazing anomaly station. Yes, but static. But we are still fabricated beings. Weak. Not like you. Weak. Talk of nature brings pain, brings danger. But trust we know, friend. Trust we cry with you. That we will be with you always, no matter the danger or cost. You are friend. See you soon, friend. So, why did you bring me here? Okay, so Nada is making mixtapes. And Polo doesn't want to listen to him. What's Artemis doing? Wait a minute. I thought we could come talk to Artemis whenever we wanted. Progress towards the galactic center. What if I don't want to? Ooh, got a new gun. The Pillar of Silence, a little alien model. That is a piece of crap. We definitely do not want that. Okay, so there really was not much reason to come here other than a couple lines of text, and they wanted to say goodbye. How sweet is that? Alright, well, we definitely need to... We still need to do that quest part for the base archives. And the Atlas is dying. It wants me to reset it, to plunge myself through its interface at the center of the galaxy. But to do may reset this world, my life, all that I know. I do not know if I can do it. I want to explore the galaxy. The Atlas is dying, but on an alien timescale, there are years left to explore and countless planets to discover without resetting the galaxy. Good. And again, it changes my quest. It just bugs me. Bugs me that it does that all the time. So let's go find this corrupt computer archive. course it's going to be at an abandoned building. Okay, we need to take a picture of a ground creature. I should be scanning things. I do have a fondness for the cold planets. I do not see the save point for this one. Corrupted terminal. Access the memory. Attempting to read memory at that point. The first spawn fought valiantly, but there was no saving them. The nanites had found their place within, protruding outward through every pore, through every limb and every thought. And it was done. They departed with the family of glass, forever lost to this world, their story at an end. I ventured on. We are almost there. Search the physical cache. I searched the physical cache attached to the terminal. Whoever recorded this message also left a piece of technology. Scatter Blaster Module A. Okay, we have visited the remote terminal. And we still need to take a photo of a land-dwelling creature. It's a shame we don't have a quest to kill monstrosities. It's nice and quiet in this one. Grab our nanites. I think that is the first time I've been in an abandoned building that it didn't smack me in the head with a whip vine. There's the save point. Let's go ahead and save and chart our unknown sector. And then we will scan some flora. If we're lucky, we can even find some fauna. It's an unknown building right over there. Scan this real quick. Scan that real quick. There are humming eggs underground. Okay, so we have an unknown building. That we are heading towards. A little further away than I thought. It is a galactic trade terminal. And it's pulsing like it has a heartbeat. Alrighty, let's go ahead and we will sell the Corvax casing. Let's sell the rusted metal, the quad servo. We will hold on to the Walker brain. Get rid of the Viking effigy. The Gek relic. I think we can hold on to the life support gel and the microprocessor we're going to get rid of. We've carried around a bunch of those. We have a vortex cube. Where do we get that? Neural duct. Picked up some residual goop in our travels. Normally we have to go see a doctor about that. Okay, we don't need an ion battery. Definitely picked up a lot of Mordite. And these quantum accelerators are just rattling around. Let's get rid of those. And then let's switch to buy. And see what we got. Anything interesting? Not really. I was hoping for some gold, but alas, no. Alrighty, so we are going to save and chart this sector. Tobacco Grove. Sounds like backhoe. Something whacked us. What was that? Plant was mad that I didn't scan it, apparently. And on that note, I believe I'm going to go ahead and call in the ship because I'm too lazy to walk all the way back there. Perfect timing as our thermal protection has begun to fall. And we are going to go ahead and lift off. Now we have plenty of time to take a picture of a land-dwelling creature anytime in the future. We are right in line with the rings. That's pretty cool. We were pretty much sitting right on the equator. So we will go ahead and head back to the space station. While I have the mind to do it, I will get a little bit of gold. I thought I was carrying gold, actually. I'm surprised that I'm not. It should be in the... Well, that would be the one thing that I'm missing. Imagine that. So we will come up here to our GTT. Yeah, big old bug-eyed traveler. We can check the GTT and see if they have any gold. If they do, they do not. Of course not. Let's check the quest giver. And then we will go ahead and very quickly check the ships coming in, if any of them are. Okay, we have a kill a predator. We're not trying to catch him, we're trying to kill him. There's 2 of those. Excellent. Nice easy quest to fulfill in the future. Interesting pink glow coming through the space station. So we have 2 quests now to kill predatory creatures. Let's see if this guy has any gold. Of course not. They never have what you really, really want. So I believe what we will do is we will go ahead and launch. Blast over here to the side a little bit. I have absolutely no intention of blasting enough asteroids. Ooh, actually is this one all gold? If this one is all gold, maybe I will. I was gonna just call in the freighter, which I may still need to do because I don't know if I'm gonna get quite enough. Leaves little chunks floating around. Alrighty, well, hey, look, we have exactly 100 gold, so we are going to make a Heart of the Sun. And we will take our signal booster. And I think we will do the smart thing while we're here. And make some more ammunition. Okay, let's go ahead and put all of our inventory in line. That'll do. And we're going to call the freighter in. She is pretty. She's pretty. With those white accents, she picks up the pink quite nicely. And I believe that's where we're going to call it for this episode. This has been Big Poppa T-Mo's Normal Mode of No Man's Sky gameplay stream number 6. I'm doing some advanced play here. This is not beginner stuff anymore. And thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up on the videos. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you get notifications anytime I post new content. And I post a lot of new content. I pretty much put up at least one new video every day, if not multiples. But until next time, fly safe.